Alright, it's time to get into some more snowballs. As you guys can see, we've been farming the quest a lot. We still need a lot more though. I did realize, so we're at 1.5k party points, but we don't need as many as I thought we did, because if I open my chest, I actually have a bunch of bottle rockets up here saved up. I'm gonna have to use these in the stream. I'll wait till there's some more people around, but yeah, we need to use these because we need the storage space. While we're talking about storage, let's just look through the storage and see what it's looking like. So, got a good bit of material still. Not really a whole lot of rare stuff. We did sell off a lot for money. We're making a good bit of money, by the way, doing Snowball Dominance. You get 500 gold per run, and each run only takes 2 to 4 minutes, so it's pretty good. And we have our anniversary storage. We have a few shields in here we've been saving. So there's some niche shields in there we can use. We still have some trick-or-treat bags to use as well. And here's our consumables. Mostly our cupcakes are the important stuff and the golden eggs. We have some insignia saved up, and these I just need to go sell. Prices have gone back up a bit, so these should sell for good. Same with a lot of this. I don't really need a lot of this, I don't think, but I've just kind of been hoarding it. Same with these. We just have a lot of different mods we've been holding on to in case we need to make anything. We have some festival prizes. This is all stuff from the Xingje Boardwalk stuff. So there's some more miscellaneous points in there. Here's our armor sets. And this is more miscellaneous stuff mixed in with a few collector items. These were the non-max armor sets that we have. So this was the stuff we were getting while leveling. And we also have our map pieces in here and a Rec 8 shield we found, which was random. It's just a white one though. It's not really worth anything, but... And this is most of the collector's items that we've collected that have some sort of use. Once again, more hoarding of things. I need to go through all of these different tabs and get rid of the duplicates. And then this is the stuff we have from opening gifts. I've been really bad about keeping up with these, but we do have a little bit in here. And here's the main stuff, our Zation coins, all of our scrolls. We have a lot of XP scrolls, which we just don't even need. We probably sell these eventually, though I might just keep them. I don't like with the dies, I'm just keeping the dies just to kind of show how many I have. But yeah, this is our con sets as well, the stuff that we farmed there, so yeah, that's the storage. We'll get right into doing some snowballs though.
What now? Dwayne's blessing upon you.
So by the way, I did release a video going over my strategy for this. In case anyone wants to see it, I posted it in the chat. But yeah, it basically just goes over what the strategy I have is, which is to run up here. You want to send your pet in to get all of them to use their ice fort, because that causes all of them to run out of the ice fort and for it to go down sooner before these guys get here. And they take a lot more damage because of that, so... So yeah, when they go red, you just send the pet in. I think I technically could bring the pet out as well, right here, like this. I don't know if it makes any difference, because the pet actually does get hit, and it's taking aggro. But yeah, they start balling up after you've done that. If you get Avalanche, I like to use Avalanche when they're grouped up like this, because it makes it harder for them to ungroup. Oh, we're a little too close. If you stand too close to some of your allies, you can get attacked. It doesn't always happen, though. Yeah, I recommend kind of staying over here. And we're getting interrupted by the Mesmers. We can use our Legionnaire as well. Get in there. Yeah, yeah, we just spam Flurry of Ice. It's probably the strongest skill, I think, for this mode. Oh, and I'm not paying attention and died. So that was a horrible example. Yeah, if you die, just go back.
Well met.
And we go again. Okay, let's just wait for them to go in and get aggro. Now we go in. Yeah, I mentioned this in the video. It's good to focus the rangers if you can. I usually don't worry too much about it if I'm playing. I gotta remember to use my Legionnaire, it helps a lot. Just because I have Flurry of Ice, I try to get whatever the group of 5 is, because that's how I can maximize my DPS, but if you're not Ranger especially, I would say focus the Rangers. Whirlwind is one of them, he uses Flurry of Ice, and that's the strongest skill in this, so if you focus their Rangers down so they can't use Flurry of Ice, make them use their Snow Cone, it will greatly increase your chances of winning. Alright, it looks like we might actually lose this one again. Yep, here goes. We're gonna start getting hit with snowballs. We just need to back up. Runs like this are not even worth running. They take longer to kill everything individually when that happens, so just reset them.
What now?
Also, side note, we're on episode 50 of this account, which is pretty crazy. We're at 650 hours played. And keep in mind, a lot of this is from the unlucky title. Hey, we hit rank 9 as well. 50k away, Vanguard from maxing it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to focus the rangers down, even though they're not in the group. Oops. Almost ran in there. You want to get them to use their snow cone. Or just get them out like that. And I'm gonna swap now, using my Legionnaire, and start getting the group down. And we're gonna take damage now, so we need to back up. This is the only problem, and the recommendation I forgot to put in the video. You probably want to use like a spear with enchanting on it. You want to use something with enchanting for Ice Fort, it makes it last longer. But you probably want to use a spear, not an axe like I am, since the axe makes you walk forward. once again, taking damage. We're probably dead here, I think. But we'll try. This is a safe spot back here. And the Legionnaire is tanking a little bit for us. These are the worst of these runs I've had all day. I've been running this all day with no issues. Oh, why? I'm dead. Of course. Yeah, been running this all day with no issues, and now we just have 3 bad runs in a row.
Well met.
It's not been too bad, though. We've gotten quite a bit of stuff. I'm hoping we can finish off at least the party title today. I want to finish Vanguard as well. And we'll see how close we get. Alright, here we go. Sending the pet in immediately. And then backing up. This is a good spawn, as you can see. When they're back here doing nothing, that's what you ideally want. You can't have any control over this though, because sometimes they are just more forward, sometimes they're not. Yeah, right here we really need to be hitting this guy because he's got volley. You don't want him to be using volley more than he needs to be. Yep, see, he uses snow cone. We're just gonna finish him off just because how the setup is looking. We don't even need the Legionnaire here, but I'm going to use it anyways, just to speed up the process. We're going to take damage, but it's okay. At least we can just run back in here. Pop our heal. See, like I said, when you stand near these guys, they like to target you. If you're behind them, usually you're okay. Also, just a random tip, when you're single target and Ranger and don't use Flurry of Ice, it's slower. It's like a 4th second slower than the regular one, if they're not grouped up. Still shaky, but not as bad.
Hello, traveler. What do you need?
Yeah, gonna be a bit of a boring stream today. Pretty much gonna be this all day. Even off stream, I'm gonna be farming this, I think, so. Honestly, I'm hoping to get most of this done on stream. That way I can just have the titles. I need to have the titles, like getting the titles recorded at least, so. And if you get yellow snow, and every time you can precast Hidden Rock as well, before your pet dies and your skills reset. See, Roland is running up. We're gonna start focusing him. And it changed targets on accident. Yeah, you want to focus Roland because he's gonna keep using Flurry. There we go. Now we'll I'll go over here and help with Carlisle. One of those spots where you gotta be careful. And see, look, sometimes Olga and the bear are not attacking, so you gotta be real careful of that because you have to pull things into them. Yep, and after they use their snow cone, they're gonna chase you no matter what you do, so. We're actually in trouble here, I think. We just need to make sure we dodge this snowball. Okay, he didn't use it on us, we're good.
What now?
Yeah, it's a pretty chill farm. This is a lot easier if you're not
Hello, traveler.
running a solo challenge like I am, and you're just using heroes and stuff. It's almost too easy. We're all grouped up, so we're gonna use Avalanche right there. Yeah, the monks are the most annoying ones, honestly, because as you can see, when you hit them and they got that enchant on them, you're getting knocked down every time you shoot them. And remember, you keep forgetting to use my summon stone. It doesn't seem like it would be much, but it actually increases your damage quite a bit. Makes this a lot more consistent. I should probably move up here. Yeah. So they're grouping up. Some of them group up to use snow cone, or after they've used snow cone, some of them group up to try to use the touch skill. That's the snow down the shirt one. No, we have some behind us on this. Yeah, this is very unfortunate. Dodge. So walking forward here after casting it's very not ideal because then you start taking damage. And now I have to start dodging. Use snow gun, so this is safe. We're gonna use this one more time and then use our knockdown. Oh, he got. That's unfortunate. Might die here. Oh, we have snow gun, so we're fine either way. But I'll just use it. Oh, we killed him. If you're quick enough, you can hit them before the fort goes, but sometimes they just get off just in time. One enemy, it's easy enough to dodge. You really only care about dodging the knockdown, because it dazes you as well. And then once they use snow cone, it's pretty much over. You can see there's a lot of people farming.
Hello, traveler.
I think what we'll do after this run is we will use some of our party points. I should turn this on as well. There we go. This is probably the second best way to get Vanguard points. The best way is actually only available on April Fool's Day, sorry, April 1st. The April Fool's quests, the Commando quests, give you so many Vanguard points, it's insane. That's what we like seeing, is when they run in like that. And the cool thing about the Legionnaire too, if you use the Snow Down Shirt ability, the Legionnaire's every strike will interrupt them. It's not like specific to anything except damage. Which is pretty nice.
What now?
Let's use some of these points up real quick. So I'm using Toolbox, by the way. Would highly recommend using Toolbox. But yeah, we're just going to withdraw these and use them. This should get us some pretty decent progress for our party title. We can't even fit all of them into our inventory right now. And I do have a little bit more of these tabs. Here they are. So yeah, let's see where we're starting. So party animals at 1588. And let's use these to... I seem to recall there being a way to mass open them. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to be outside. Because opening those individually is going to be pain. No, yeah, there is no mass open. I guess I got rid of it. Looks like we're doing it individually. Okay. Well. Let's get it going. I probably could set up a macro to do this, but probably better that we don't. Let's run around and annoy all these people in their ears. Hey, you can see the party points going up as we do this. Let's check mark on the party title, that's not what we did. I wonder if there's like... Looks like holding control is helping a little bit. This is pretty intense. Oh, let me make sure there's not something in toolbox. Because I swear there was a way to do this. Oh, you know what? I bet you we can set up a hotkey. It's probably the easier way. Where's the hotkeys at? Let's make sure there's nothing in inventory settings. Lazy chest looting, item descriptions. And salvage all. This is just in world. Here's hotkeys. Let's create one. Use item. Okay. Model rocket. Let's bind it to like the numpad maybe. It's not working. Maybe it's just model rocket. Do we need the item model ID? I'm guessing we probably do. The question is, how do we get the item model ID? Not in there. Not real sure how to get the item model on any of these. Let me see if I could just find it on Google. It might be on the wiki. It's not on the wiki. Check the toolbox Discord. Nope. Well, this is gonna be a tricky one. Didn't really want to use a regular macro to do this, but maybe we end up having to anyways. Because yeah, clicking all of these is gonna be a pain. And we kind of need to solve this problem. We're gonna have the same problem for the tonics and for the presents as well. Yeah, they don't have any kind of like mass use. I wonder if... Oh. There is a clicker. Hold on. This I think this is what I was looking for before. I'll set this one to like this. There it goes. Cool. We can turn this all off now, so... Ooh. Toolbox is no longer clickable. Oh, there it goes. It caught back up. Whatever freaked out is the auto clicker. Yeah, now we can use these pretty quickly. This is way better. Yeah, clicking all these would be a repetitive stress injury waiting to happen. I did not mean to do that. This is one of the things I think they could fix even with Reforged with them doing updates now is it would be great for items like this to just have a consume all thing. Just like a little thing they could fix. actually did very good on our party points farming. This is why you farm the festivals. Because I thought I was going to have to get all 10,000 party points from just farming these presents, but yeah, if you look, we're already 4,000 points in. Here we go. All the bottle rockets are done. Turn that off. Make sure it's off. Okay. Yep, and we ended up with 4,583, which isn't bad. We have to wait on the game to catch up. Okay. There we go. Yeah, now we have tons of storage space. Get our inventory back to where it was. Alright, we can continue now on the quest. If we need to, we can put stuff in there.
What do you need? Under Penin, we're not going to forget to use Ritlock this time. You don't want to send Ritlock in until after everybody's kind of grouped up, though, either way, because if you send him in too early, he's just going to die. Alright. Got those down, let's go get rolling. Nice and simple. This is what most of our runs look like. Oh, we got Ice Fort off. How annoying. What do you need?
It's the only annoying thing. This kind of has the same type of grind that
What do you
Farmer
mean?
Hamnet has, where you spend most of your time in the outpost warping, and the other bit of time you just spend waiting. You're just waiting for this to start. Kind of a dull grind, but this is the literal best way to get all these titles, so we're going to have Party Animal by the end of this, and we're also going to have most of our Sweet Tooth and Drunk title as well. And we'll definitely get our Vanguard. Gotta remember to keep this on, because you do get a little bonus, I think. Oh no, this is only Char. I wonder if the... yeah, you can't use the other ones here. But yeah, getting 4 titles at once is pretty unheard of. Yeah, the North title is one I want to get. on this character as well, but it's gonna be a long process. We're definitely gonna get probably Protector of Tyria at least before we even consider going into that. Oh, we're dying. Gotta pay attention. Let's go over here and we'll get this guy. There we go. Oh, why did it walk forward? I was hitting the one key. Very weird. It's alright. It worked out in the end. We're still doing fine. All 4 of them in there attacking. Nice and easy. And you'll notice me opening the map early a little bit every time. You can actually teleport as soon as you see the quest marker update into Eye of the North.
Hello, traveler.
Not really saving this any time, but a little tiny bit faster.
Well met.
Well, this is looking a little rough. You guys are going down quick. Legionnaire starting to take damage, that's when you gotta get a little concerned. Part of it's a volley, so it's not too worrisome, but when this happens, you gotta really pay attention, because that means that a lot of the stuff in there is dead. Alright, we might take a little damage now, though there's still something in there alive. They get stuck on each other, so you'll see they're just stuck in there waiting. They're kind of wedged in there. Okay, yeah, now we need to back up. Notice we have our 2 allies who were not fighting that whole time, but has cool things over here. And now we wait, because we had to snow cone. That's another good note. I didn't even notice. Yellow snow actually removes a condition, so you can use that to cleanse yourself.
traveler. What now?
God, Ranger's just so busted for this. Being able to volley them like this. Just look how fast they go down when you can kill them like this. We might be getting past them on. Nope. Yeah, you can see the ones that go well are when Roland and Carlisle are on the outside and not attacking some of the time. So,
Well met.
pretty insane the amount of progress we made
What
on this
now?
account. I think that at the end of this holiday, we're going to be 5 of 30. We're just 1 out of 30 right now.
Hello, traveler. What now?
And around we go. Okay. Legionnaire died early this time, but we're doing okay, so. You know, just getting hit with snowballs like this. This would be so painful. I'm just getting donked in the head with a snowball every 1 second. You would not be standing.
Dwayne's blessing upon you. What do you need?
Grinding Eben with a snowball fight, is there a way to get even more rep other than 500 at a time? There isn't a way in this event to do it, but there is a way outside of this event, which is the April Fool's event, and that's the best way to get Eben Vanguard. So that's how we did levels 0 through 5 of it. But it's only available on April Fool's Day, so you have to do it on April 1st. You have to log in and play all day and only do Eben Vanguard. You can actually get the max title in 1 day with the April Fool's event if you only do that on the 1st. But yeah, this is the fastest way that I know of, at least for this. It might be faster for Eben Vanguard to actually just speedbook, but the thing about this farm, and part of why I made a video on this as well, is you're not just farming Eben Vanguard, you're farming 4 titles. So you're getting Eben Vanguard, you're getting Sweet Tooth, you're getting Drunkard, and you're getting Party Points all at the same time. And it also gives you 500 gold per run. All this 50 plat is just from me doing these runs, and there's also another 25 plat that I've gotten from these runs as well, so you're actually getting 4 titles for 1 at the same time. And if you look at the math, you basically, if you start from 0 in every title, you need 10,000 of these Wintersday gifts So keep in mind, we're almost at 2,000 to max all of the titles. Yeah, I guess I could pin this message. Yeah, the pinned message, I did a video explaining all of this and the best strategy and stuff. But yeah, no, this whole account is pure patience, because this is my solo ranger, so we're going for God walking amongst mere mortals, completely solo, no heroes, no henchmen, no partying. This is actually
What
a
now?
pretty relaxing task compared to some of the other stuff. Have you done the math on using this event? How many runs from where you are at fresh level? I didn't do the
What
math,
now?
so I just haven't been bothering to look. But yeah, I'm at rank 9 now, so I'm just like, what I need. 540, is that 45? 55. 50 would say it's 45, so I need 45,000 reputation divided by 500. Let's just do that real quick. That's 900, or sorry, 990 more of this run. 90 more quest completions, and each one takes 4 minutes, so keep that in mind as well. So that's another 6 hours of this, and I'll have max rank. For right now, I need to do 6 more hours to get max Vanguard. On average as well, so like, I could get really unlucky and have it take longer or less. Depends. But yeah, I'm primarily doing this and grinding this because of the party points. So the party points are the one thing that I, outside of the anniversary event, can't get throughout the year. The Vanguard I can grind. The Drunkard and Sweet Tooth stuff you can just buy. But the party points you can only get twice a year pretty much, so. If you're a ranger, yeah, spamming Flurry of Ice is the way to do this. It's not the same for other professions, though. This is that's a profession-specific skill.
Dwayne's blessing upon you.
And keep in mind, too, when you're doing this, if you're not a solo account, you can do it with heroes, so there's that, too.
Well met.
Yeah, I basically just spam Flurry of Ice. Yeah, fair point. Other professions might not exist. Though I will say, I hope the summoner exists. Any Guild Wars Utopia fans in the chat? I hope they're cooking that up in the background. That's complete copium, but I hope it's happening anyways. Just because the class looked cool. Alright. In there, Ritlock. Oh, we're not hitting a lot of people. This is a good run, rolling stuck in the back. I still have the PC Gamer magazine with the Azura code. Oh, nice. I wish I had more stuff like that, but oh, getting hit. Gotta move. I unfortunately lost a lot of my original Guild Wars stuff through moving multiple times, which was unfortunate when I was younger, so. Since gotten some of it back. With collector's editions and everything. Cards. Some of the pins. That's about it. There's 2 of them. Strangely synergetic build. Well, I can look at it here in a second. We'll pull it up when we get to town.
What now?
Let's look at this build. You did not just link me. SOS. Yeah. No, SOS is strong. Don't get me wrong, and expertise does help. But, yeah, you can see from my templates in here, we'll go into missions. There are some missions. Here's one of them, Raisu Palace. We're running a SOS build for that. I think I ran it for another one as well, but yeah. I just have SOS generically in here with Yimlad. The new Yimlad icon, the high def one, keeps making me like double take. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, wow, that doesn't look right. Then I gotta remember that we have the HD icons on. If you turn it off, it's a lot better of an icon. But yeah, no, if you want to see my favorite build, I'll put it in here. Oh, the one I'm running, this is my favorite pet build with Healers 1. This skill is very underrated, probably the best ranger skill in the game. Also, probably one of the best skills in general in the game. But this is my favorite build. Right here. So yeah, this is Archer Signet, which makes your conditions last 100% longer. You use a bow with poison duration, and then poison tip signet, and hunter shot, and then signet of infection for disease. I soloed Gate of Pain with that, but I've also used it since. It's a lot of fun. Really fun build.
Hello, traveler.
It'll be interesting to see how many points I end up with 6 more hours of farming. Oops. Forgot to send in the pet. Oh, I'm still in time. You basically just want the pet to go in before this guy runs off. And then they all use their ice wall at the right time. They kind of spread out a little bit here. I'm gonna go over here and get them. Hopefully we don't get attacked. We're kind of in the middle of it. We're a little too close to these guys. We need to move. We have to see. So we use our aggro. And we've got to use our Legionnaire, which is great. Oh, the ads are going off. Yep. This one I'm putting right now. This might be a loss. Yeah, this is a loss.
What do you need?
Yeah, I can't stand the Twitch ad system. It's really annoying that for 1440p, kind of had to become affiliate, but as soon as you go affiliate, you can't turn the ads off. If I could turn them off, I would just turn them off. It's not like I'm making money from the 10 people that watch my stream watching ads. Like, I've always found it to be weird. I know why they do it, right? That's how Twitch makes their money, but I don't like when they get the average skill use. Ends up being risky. Keep on the guys with flurry. Nah, I prefer you get the 1 penny. But not even that, dude. Like, the ads don't pay anything if you don't have a lot of people watching. I would personally, like, I use ad blockers myself. I would rather I could just turn them off for everyone. I don't really support, like, Old Spice. I don't fucking use Old Spice, and I don't support them. Shit to be showing up. Need the background of studying. Oh, happy to chat. How's the grind? It goes well. We have about 6 hours left of the Vanguard grind, and I don't know about party points that we're gonna get along the way, but we're at 4,500 points. I don't know if we're gonna get enough in the next 6 hours, but we're gonna try. Should not be shooting the guy who's stuck in there. Now we're getting flurried. This is one of those times where you gotta kinda be careful. Okay, they use their snow cone. We don't care about them anymore. Yeah, we have about 6 hours left of the grind for Vanguard. We're definitely gonna get Vanguard done today. Don't know if we're gonna get party points done today, but we're gonna try.
What do you need?
Probably should set up some toolbox hotkeys to do the district change and everything, but I just can't be bothered.
What
Let's
do
click
you
it the
need?
old school way. Yeah. I'm still mind blown. I'm on episode 50. I think we'll be done with this by like episode 150. Another year and a half, probably. It's probably. I think that's about how long this is gonna take. I don't know. We're gonna essentially end up with just the Kurzik and Luxon grinds left, I think. I need to sit down and re-look at all the titles because we didn't go for LDOA, which is a stupid mistake. We should have just done it, but... Yeah, I'm really close to some other titles, like Prophecy's Protector. I can probably get in one day. Maybe it'll take 2 days, just because of THK bonus, but... Yeah, all of the rep titles, these are, and all those, I can get those just by sitting down and playing the game as well. They're all really easy to get. The Vanquishing, I just need to start. I have some builds I've already tested that work well for Ranger for Vanquishing, but it's just a matter of time, so I'm not real worried about getting those. I need to sit down and look at the titles again because I'm not really sure which titles I need to focus on. The big one in the room that's really annoying is Unlucky, so I'm rank 5 Unlucky, or sorry, rank 4. Getting that to max is actually such a feat. Not even just when solo, but when like playing regularly, getting Unlucky max is hard. That's why we need so much platinum. So we have 150 platinum. This isn't even enough for a full anniversary event worth of tickets and sitting AFK 24 hours. And we weren't even sitting AFK 24 hours in the rings either, so... But that's probably what's going to make this challenge take another year and a half, I think, is the Unlucky title. The Kurzik one, we know we can grind it. It takes time. It can 100% be grinded. But Unlucky, we can't do anything really about it unless it's anniversary. You can get Unlucky a bit from lockpicking, but with our Lucky title being at 4, not very likely. You have Survivor, just need to wait another 10 months for All Hallows Eve. I have Survivor, yeah. That's actually the first title I got was Legendary Survivor. I got this from farming Kurzik Faction. So we have 1 million Kurzik Faction. I think that was all Dragon Moss farming. We need to sit down and just play in the Luxon area some and find a way to get Luxon Faction because I do want to also get the Luxon title. That it's gonna make it a little bit easier on me. I don't know if Luxon or Unlucky is going to be easier though. There is a mission you can do if you can get to round 7 to get Luxon contribution, but you have to guard an NPC. So far, at least I haven't found a way to do it solo. I forgot to use the Legionnaire earlier. Title grind the deep hard mode. If it's the same as Kurzik Urgoz, it wouldn't take that long. Well, keep in mind I'm solo, like no partying, no henchmen, no heroes. So doing the deeper Urgos completely solo is a lot different than doing it with a team. Yep.
do you
Yeah,
need?
I've been using the double faction weeks. When you turn faction into a guild, which is why I have a guild, um, you get 2 times faction already, so doing it during double faction week, you get 4 times, and that's how I managed to get 1,000,000 so quickly during
Well met.
a double week. Yeah. Yeah, no, this character is fully solo. Like, solo self-found, no heroes, no henchmen, no partying. Yeah, like, this quest, for example, is a lot easier with heroes. You can pretty much just come in here and pub thumps over and over. But without them, I'm actually kind of lucky I'm a ranger for this. Makes this a lot faster. Also, still secretly hoping they, with the Reforged stuff, release an update to the Zacian title. It would be really nice to have a way to solo the Zacian title, because it's just not possible right now. At least not possible with an acceptable amount of time. I mean, someone, not me, but someone could farm for the next 33.5 years to get the Zacian title, but that won't be me. I probably will be playing this game if it's still up in 33 years, but I don't know if I will be farming Zacian every day for 33 years. I forgot to use the Legionary name? Yeah, I did. Again, anytime the Roland is not fighting you, it goes way better. Same with that other guy.
Dwayne's blessing upon you. What now?
Love when they group up like this. And you hit all 5 targets. Yeah, this is one of those ones where Roland is in the mix, so we gotta be careful. Can't actually see where he is. Oh, he's at the top here. We'll start focusing on him. Luckily, our allies got Carlisle over here, so this is actually an easy one. We're getting knocked down by the damn monk enchant. So yeah, that was 1 minute 46 seconds. A really good run.
Dwayna's blessing upon me. What do you need?
Another good run. Roland's back here doing nothing. I would switch over to Carlisle, but we have 4 or 5 targets here, so it's worth us hitting them. Now we can switch targets. Actually, let's not switch, just because he's about to die. Yes, there we go. Okay. Just want to keep an eye on these guys. We don't want to die. Here they come. Notice once again, this is just one of those jank things with existing quests. 2 of our allies are just back here standing. They never fix this, so the AI works differently. They spawn in different places each time. It's just not consistent. Just get this last guy. Slowly. Okay.
Hello, traveler. Dwayna's blessing upon you.
Let's do a second stack of presents today. Not bad. We're making pretty good time. We're gonna have to probably spend time cleaning out the storage. Our storage, if we look, is just so unruly. Cleaning those out helped a little bit, but we really need to get rid of some of these mods. Dude, we don't need all these mods and this stuff. We can help organize into, like, there's some points in there we could just use. We do need to save some alcohol specifically, and maybe some candy canes as well for when we do vanquishing, but okay. It's a big group. Oh, let's get rolling. He's actually in there. He's off on his own now. But when you get them to use their snow cone thing, you don't care about them as much anymore, so. Since they just don't use sails for a long time.
What do you need? What now?
Rowan is attacking, but it's attacking on the left. And now is when we hear about him, because he started attacking the main group. That's not good. Let's use Ice 4 just to be safe. Yeah, we need to get these guys down. They're so close to dead. Oh, we're in trouble here. Dodge and weave. This is a loss.
Well met.
Already at 120k. Action adds up so quick. Money too. Oh, favorite just reset. Bam. Come on. There we go. We're slowly getting there.
Hello, traveler. Dwayne's blessing upon you.
Uh-oh. Don't attack me. I'm running away. Leave me alone. This is why you bring the Legionnaire. Look how much damage he does.
Dwayne's blessing upon you. What now?
Is your pet named Bingus? I love it. It is indeed named Bingus. It's gone through a few names in the past, but Bingus is the, I guess you'd say the fallback name. It's the one that I always give it whenever we switch it back. Good to see more Bingus enjoyers in the chat. And we're gonna get attacked. We gotta be careful. I do indeed mean the cat named Bingus. That is the reference that is from. Who doesn't love a nice cat meme?
Well met.
Kind of weird, because we don't really have a cat named Bingus in real life. We have 4 cats, but none of them are named Bingus, but my wife and I, we both really love Bingus.
What now?
Maybe if we ever have a hairless cat, we'll name it Bingus. In honor of Bingus. It is a little fucked up though. We just keep sacrificing Bingus every time. This is the optimal way to do this. Where's Roland? There he is. Oh, he's on his own. Let's see if we can get him to run up. Come on, get in there, Legionnaire. Nice. Too easy.
Hello, traveler. Dwayne's blessing upon you.
We hit 3 stacks of the tonics, that's good. Yeah, I'm holding off as long as I can for opening these, because once I start opening these, it's just gonna balloon the crap out of the inventory. I think you can get multiple from, like, there's just so many different items you can get. We're not gonna be able to stack like this, so. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of different forms of cats. When my wife and I first moved in together in a 300 square foot apartment, we had a cat. And then we got Pumpkin, who was, so the first cat was Daisy. It's just a little baby cat. We raised her since she was small. We got Pumpkin, and then Luna after that. And that was the point where we were like, well, we need a little bit more than 300 square feet to have these pets in. We also had a bunny, a pet bunny. That was before the cats. Because we both wanted a bunny. Oh, we actually didn't really want the bunny, but like, we, my wife had saw that there was a bunny that they had found, basically. It got left outside of a PetSmart. So we took the bunny in and we had him. His name was fittingly Bun. Had him till he passed away, and that was a few years ago. Is this a loss? I think this is a loss. Oh, my skills are just getting. What am I doing? Yeah, this is probably a loss. But yeah, then we got Luna. All of our cats, by the way, are all calicos except for one of them, and that's Bean, the most recent cat that we got. We were perfectly fine with 3 cats because, you know, 3 cats is already kind of a lot, but it's not too bad with having a litter robot and stuff. But yeah, 3 cats is already enough for us. And we had gone through having more before because we had also fostered some cats before too, so. But yeah, no, so the neighborhood stray had a bunch of babies, and Bean was one of those babies, and we basically, there was a bad storm one night, and we found one of the babies unfortunately was dead that night, but Bean was out there and very, very sick and very cold, so we took her in. And yeah, we've had her since. We were going to give her to a shelter, but because we kind of like saved her life, it kind of made that attachment. There's no way my wife was going to be able to take her to the shelter, so. Yeah, so we have the 4 cats, and then we also have a Shiba Inu named Ruki. She's spoiled. It's pretty fitting though, because she acts like one of the cats. She's always been raised around cats, so. I'm actually studying for a vet tech final year. Finals for 2nd year, nice. Very cool job. Yep, yeah, it shows up in game. It's Toolbox does that. Inside of Toolbox, if you go to settings, it's under the general, and then third-party integration, and then Twitch integration. No, it's the opposite, actually. There were problems with the old versions of Toolbox. So the old versions of Toolbox basically were against TOS. But basically what happened is the Toolbox devs worked with ArenaNet to implement some changes to it. And that includes stuff like making it auto-disable itself inside of PvP areas. So Toolbox just doesn't work at all when you're in a PvP area. And some of the automation features, the stuff that was preventing you from needing to click, got disabled. There was some stuff that got grandfathered in, but yeah, no, Toolbox is allowed and definitely encouraged by me at least, because it makes things way easier. Especially with stuff like this, like if you look at my inventory, you right-click your salvage kit. This is Toolbox, so it lets you identify stuff in your inventory with one click, kind of like in Guild Wars 2.
What now?
Yeah, it greatly improves the Guild Wars experience. Internal reasoning on why calico cats are cray cray. They are somewhat of chimeras. Their orange and black coloration are a separation of X genes. Yep. Colors appear randomly in patches throughout the body. We reason the same must be true for their brain. The patches of orange cat, patches of black cat brain randomly arranged. Yeah, all of our cats are complete psychos. They're all very sweet. One of them is laying on me as we speak. But yeah, no, they definitely all kind of get a little ornery sometimes. 3 a.m. in the morning usually is when it happens. Our one calico, she's a long-haired calico named Luna. She carries around a little sushi toy at night and just howls full volume. We are farming presents for the 3 titles of the drops. So if you look at the pin at the top, I did a video covering it, but basically farming this quest over and over lets us farm Vanguard points, which we're very close to maxing. And then we also farm party points, these frosty tonics, very, very useful. And then inside of these, there's more tonics, and there's sweet points and drunkard points. So we're basically working on 4 titles at once. Okay, let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't help that we're in battle music. But yeah, no, so the 3 titles we're getting from the Wintersday gifts are the party title, the sweet title, and the drunkard title. And the you get agent points, the Vanguard points as well from doing the quest. Yeah, it's the Eye of the North battle music. It's just so loud. But yeah, no, you're not familiar because we're on a solo character, so this is completely solo. This is like no heroes, no henchmen, no partying at all. So, because we're on that, the only way for us, there's only 2 ways for us to get party points twice during the year, and this is probably the best way to get them. So, we're mostly farming for party points right now because the other titles we can grind anytime during the year. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is one of the best times to farm it. Yep, there's a title called Life of the Party, I think is what it's called. Do I have the title done at all? I think I do. Oh, Party Animals, the first title, and then Life of the Party is the max one, right? So we're at 4,500 points. And we need 10,000 points total.
Well met.
But yeah, because I'm going for GWAM and solo self-found, no heroes and henchmen, we have to farm these things anytime a event comes up. Otherwise, I would be playing the Reforged mode right now, personally. So I have played a little bit of it just because I had to go check it out. But we need to do this while this is available to get the party title, since we can't get that any other time during the year. Yep, yeah, it's just you get party points from using these tonics. There's other tonics inside of these. Is there a trick to farm this? Sort of. If you're doing it solo, you kind of just have to follow what I'm doing. You want to focus the rangers as the main thing you want to do. If you're a ranger, you can use spam Flurry of Ice, which is the strongest skill in this mode. Bringing a Legionnaire Summoning Stone to summon Ritlock. He goes in and uses 100 blades. It's very strong. But yeah, focusing on the rangers. So like you'll see Roland back here is one of the rangers, and then Carlisle over here is the other one. And you want to focus them whenever they're using their volley skills. So right now, I actually kind of want to move up and attack Roland because he's attacking my group of allies with the AoE skill. No, what we're getting attacked, so we gotta be careful. But yeah, you basically want to focus the rangers, and that will help. If you're using heroes, this is way easier and not really stuff you have to worry about, so it just depends on if you're using heroes or not. Yeah, doing solo like I am now, all of these little things help. They add up to helping. Yeah, each run takes about 2 to 4 minutes, depends. Depends on how lucky you get, how the AI goes and stuff. Yeah, you get 500 gold per run as well, which is really nice. Especially since I'm going for lucky and unlucky as well. And during the anniversary event, we basically need to buy a bunch of tickets and stand on 9 rings AFK the whole time for that, so...
What do you need?
Does party animal title count towards GWAM? Yep, it does. All max titles actually count towards GWAM. There's not a title that doesn't count. Is necessary? So there's a bit of a question around depending on if you're doing things solo or not. It's necessary. If you're playing with heroes and henchmen, it's not necessary. If you're trading players, it's not necessary. But on a solo account like mine, if you're going for GWAM fully solo, including account titles, it's 100% necessary to do it. You can always replace any title with like LDOA or other things, but yeah, using heroes, you don't really have to worry about. Like, this isn't a necessary title. It's pretty much a free title though, if you like trade at all. So like you can trade once and get all your party points and be done with the title. It's basically free. So, but yeah, also with heroes, doing this a quest over and over is way easier. So. Yeah, no, the only real consideration for me is because I'm fully solo with no heroes and henchmen. You kind of have to get everything you can. I didn't get LDOA as well because I just don't like getting LDOA. I've done it so many times and it's a very monotonous title, so I didn't do it on this character. But I 100% should have, because LDOA saves you doing one title, and the longer titles, like getting Kurzik title, for example, pretty difficult. LDOA is Legendary Defender of Ascalon. It's getting level 20 in pre-searing. Oh, this is a failed run. Yeah, you have to get level 20 in pre-searing to get the title.
Hello, traveler.
Yeah. I was a day 1 player, but now 15 years later, there's a lot of cobwebs. Yep, I was a day 1 player as well. My main account's 20 years old. But yeah, if you've not played in a while, there's a lot to relearn. It's mostly straightforward. If you're going for things, there's a lot of guide content now, so it's not too bad, but... 150 presents. Yeah, like having presents on all your characters. That's at least, if you were doing your Hollow Monuments, you could turn all of those in, and that's either free money if you sell them, or you could turn them all in and, you know, unlock everything for the Hollow Monuments for that. Yeah, I never had something like that happen, mostly because I've logged in throughout the years and kind of used them as I got them. I forgot to use the Legionnaire once again, or going slow for no reason. And now we're getting knocked down because it was a monk that we saved for last for some reason. But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited to
Dwayna's blessing
get these
upon me.
titles done. This will really start off the process of getting GWAM, since I only have one title right now. It's just the Survivor title, so
What now?
I think once we have these done, the next thing to do is beat Gate of Madness and finish off Nightfall, and then I'm going to go back and get Tyrion Protector, just because it should be pretty easy. I could just focus on the bonuses. I've beat all the campaigns on this character except Nightfall, so you can see we have 19 and 25 for our bonuses here. Balonian Protector should be possible as well. We're gonna have to do some kind of weird cheese for the what's the mission called? Can't remember the name of the mission. I have Gate of Madness on the mind, and it keeps confusing with what the name of that mission is called. It's the one where you hold the altar in the center. Okay, let's go up here real quick and aim at these guys. Our guys are decently spread out here, so we can kind of just focus on that group. Yeah, oh, it's Grand Court. The Grand Court mission. So that's the only the only one in Nightfall that we really have to worry about. Getting the bonus for it requires you to beat the mission in like 6 minutes, and doing that solo while also having to do the glitch. So if you're not familiar, to do that mission solo with no heroes and henchmen, you actually have to do a glitch to get past the barrier to then go and kill everything. So we're gonna have to come up with some kind of build we can use to get past the barrier and do that. I know now had done it on pure Mesmer, so we could potentially go Ranger Mesmer and do it. No, it's a... You have to use... There's an assassin skill that teleports you off. You can use it off of yourself, but basically it just teleports you based on what you're targeting.
Well met.
And it gets you past a little barrier, but basically normally that mission, Grand Court, you hold an altar in the center, and you basically just have waves of enemies coming at you, and then you have to close there's 3 portals you have to close that are next to you. It's a very small map and
Traveler.
very small mission, but yeah, it's decently hard, mostly when solo. I think what we'll do after this is I will go get a drink and use the restroom stuff after this run. We'll take a little break for the ad break or whatever, and then I'll come back and we'll continue. I was waiting for them to run up. They were taking forever to run up there. This might be a rough one. We do have good AoE, so it's target Roland as well, just so we don't switch to the wrong target, so we definitely want to stay on him. Let's see. We have good clear because we're targeting him. He's not casting on the group. And then Carlisle's over here not doing anything, so. He used a snow cone too slow. Yep, classic skill. These are like the Wintersday event in this game is so good. I'm obviously not doing them because it involves interacting with players, but the PvP mode where you get to use these on other players is so much fun.
Well met. Dwayna's blessing upon you.
Okay. Gonna AFK. We'll be AFK for like 3 minutes or so, and we'll run the ads and stuff. And when we get back, we're gonna continue. So, just gonna grab a drink and use the restroom. Be right back. Still waiting on the ads to finish up.
What do you need?
Give it another 10 seconds or so. Yeah, getting unlucky is going to be quite a challenge. I do not know
What do you need?
how much more money we're going to have to spend on that. And we're back to it. Let's keep focusing on Roland. Just get him out of the match. Carlisle's off doing his own thing, so we don't really care about him. This usually happens with Carlisle because he's on the very far side. He kind of usually attacks just one guy most of the time. Be careful here. We don't want to die for no reason. There, that should be good. Just use our heal and let everything else get finished. I just noticed as well. Here, that should fix that. Okay.
What now?
What are we at now? 125k? Need what, 35k more? Yep. So 35,000 divided by 500 is 70 more runs, so we've done 20 runs. But, yeah, it's gonna be another 4 hours and some
Hello,
change.
traveler.
4.5 hours.
What do you need?
Yeah, it's quite the grind. But 2 days of playing 12 to 14 hours isn't so bad compared to some of the other grinds we have to do. Like the unlucky title taking actual years to do. Like we literally have to play between anniversary years and stuff. Oops. Let's not die this quickly, thank you. Alright, where's Roland? Oh, he's over here. Okay, he's disabled. I'm gonna start attacking the group again. And we're taking damage once again. The AI is so random for these, they just randomly decide to attack you, and there's not really any kind of rhyme or reason to when they choose to target you versus the NPCs. So this might actually be a failed run. The Legion are dead. Yeah, this is a failed run. You probably should have just kept attacking the group there instead of going for Roland, because I think he was just attacking. So someone mentioned they attack the person with the lowest health. Well, that's interesting. Maybe that is what it is. It would make sense because I think the regular AI does that, like regular attack AI does that, so maybe it's actually just using the regular attack AI. I wish it wasn't based on the lowest health. Yeah, I mean, they kind of clap you if you get caught with low HP, right? So, this is looking rough. The Legionnaire's already dying. I think we're gonna pull ahead though. It's hard to tell how many of our guys are still alive here. Well, it's gonna be lowest at the time, because at least inside of this mode, everybody's HP is the same. You all get 500 HP. It's part of this buff. You have 500 maximum health. In regular combat AI, outside of the zone, obviously, it's different. I think current health matters more than max health, though.
Dwayne's blessing upon me.
But over both of those, profession matters more. The AI will attack certain professions more than others.
What do you need?
Effective health, yeah. Be more proper way to say it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of caveats to the AI. Like, the enchant strip AI really does kind of go over everything, but there's also things like hamstring or touch skills touch skills and hamstring, for example, the AI will stop everything they're doing to go do them. It's interesting. Yeah, or throw dirt is another good example of a skill that mobs will just completely ignore any sensible idea of what they should be doing, and then they just run off and use throw dirt on you. Yep. Yeah, and the touch skills and throw dirt and anything where a mob needs to run up to you, they will 100% run outside of their range, and you can actually get them stuck that way. I've done that quite a few times. Twisting Jaws is another good one, yeah. Dunes of Despair, the Enchanted Warrior. So you have the Mesmer boss, an Enchanted Warrior or bow outside of the bridge to go into Dunes, where basically you have to defend the center to beat the mission. You actually can use the Enchanted Warriors, you pull them away to the side, you kill the boss and kill the other bow or other sword. And yeah, you can pull the last warrior to the side and then kill the rangers and stuff behind him. Pull the ghostly hero into there to unlock the door, and then kill everything inside. And then what you do is you, upon killing the ghostly hero on the platform and putting your hero there, you go back and kill that other enchanted sword, and it teleports the ghostly hero outside of there, making it a fully safe mission to do. It also gives you the ability to do you can go do the bonus without having to worry about the ghostly hero dying at all. It's a very, very good strat. Farming P-Watt's talents for the solo characters would be a complete pain in the ass if you didn't abuse him wanting to twist you. Yep.
What now?
Agreed. Oh yeah, you can. The problem is at least with soloing, right? You don't always have downtime. Standard hero team, it's 100% possible. But I will say, for example, when I was doing we were doing Dunes with a group of people. It was mostly new people from when the first Reforged release happens, and they were struggling. I'll just say that, and doing the trick would have saved the problem. But yeah, a fully built hero team, you don't even have to think about any of this. Well, to be fair, the only reason I know this kind of stuff is because you learn it when soloing. Like, to solo, like truly solo like this, you have to learn this stuff. That these types of mechanics are what make some missions possible, so... It's also why some missions are currently mostly impossible, like Eternal Grove's bonus and Eternal Grove itself. Nobody's figured out a good glitch for Eternal Grove, so there's not really a current way to do it all. That's also why Grand Court is so hard, because the glitch that you have to do for Grand Court is a very difficult glitch, and it's very random. You often spend, 30 to 50 runs of going inside of Grand Court just to use your teleport, and then have to reset over and over and over. I did the Rich on my Ranger, but I went back later to brute force it without the glitch. Yeah. It depends on a lot on the context, right? Like a Ranger with all the skills unlocked is a lot different than, a Ranger like me. When I got in there, I think I had Eye of the North and stuff, but if I had done like pure prophecies, for example, first, and then not done any cross campaign, it would have been a lot harder. I have a way to do Eternal Grove, but it's like an hour to pull a slot machine lever. Hey, if you have a way, even if it is something like that, that's an hour in a slot machine, like, as far as I know, nobody's documented anything like that yet. So if you have it, please do tell, because it's one of the faction's missions that's pretty much impossible right now. Hey, what farm are you doing? I am farming the Snowball Dominance quest. There's a link in the pinned message. So if you want to watch that YouTube video, it shows you exactly how to farm it. Posted it about 3 years ago in Shade's Discord. I'll have to look it up. Is your name in Discord the same as your Twitch name? Oh, right. Cool. Oh, oh, this is probably a failed run, but it's fine. No, and we might have got it in time. We might be okay. But yeah, we're farming the Snowball Dominance quest. We are going for Vanguard points, Sweet Tooth points, Party points, and Drunkard points right now. You have to do a ton of aggro resets on the groups. That is interesting. Because, yeah. Factions is something once I've gotten a little bit further into my playthrough, I'm going to start trying to do some factions. It's something that nobody's really spent a lot of time on, I think. Or at least it's not been solved yet, like other things have. Now recently solved the Protector for Ilona with Grand Court. He figured out a way to do it fast enough. So I want to do the same for factions. I want to get factions to where we can at least do all the missions and bonuses in normal mode. Even if it does boil down to, oh shit, we're in trouble here. In Masters with Whirly Ranger? Interesting. I didn't try to do Whirling Ranger solo. Not for any particular reason. Okay, we lived. But you were using consets. Oh, yeah. See, that is the other thing. And so I am allowing consets on this as well. So that is an option for me. But I kind of want to do like a little exploration to figure things out first, just to make sure that there's not going to be another way to do it. But if the answer, I think, is... If the answer is using consets or using event items or what have you, I think that that's a valid way. As long as it's kind of like a solo self-found thing. That's how I see it, at least, when going for a GWAM on a solo character. You banned event items. Yeah, banning event items I can sort of understand, because you can't do... Like, you can't get event items during the year, basically, unless you're at the right time of year, right? But personally, I think it's okay if you're going specifically into the context you're going for GWAM. GWAM is a year-long thing no matter what, so... I think event items leads to degenerate stuff. Well, I mean, consets leads to the same thing, right? It didn't like the word degenerate. I don't know why.
What now?
But I sent it through. It's fine.
What now?
Oh, cons do break things wide open. You can not take Deadly Paradox on, with Shadow Form, and you can fully maintain it. It's 15 energy you're gaining. It's way more powerful than any form of event item. Cupcakes are probably the most powerful event item, because you don't have to take a run skill on your bar. At least in normal mode. In hard mode you still do, because you want to get 50% run speed to break aggro. So I think Serial has shown you can do it. You can break aggro with 33%, it's just a lot harder. Sin primarily can. You can on Ranger as well with Essence. I mean, you can on any class. You can keep it up full time, but not necessarily, like, you're not necessarily able to keep it up full time and do damage, but keeping it up full time is still very, very strong. Gotta use the Legionnaire again. Yeah, you're talking about Essence of Celerity, right? Decreases the cooldowns of everything. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying no additional skill at all? Yeah, no, sure, of course. But I think the thing is like, Ranger, for example, like using Quickening Zephyr is a horrible way to do it, but you can do it that way technically. Or Serpent's Quickness is probably a good way, I would say, to do it because it costs less. I've never actually tried to do it that way, like using Serpent's Quickness and then seeing if the Celerity pulls enough off of its cooldown to keep Shadow Form up full time. I died. No, Lino. Not the hardcore character. Well, you don't necessarily. Yes, no, you are right. But the problem with that is then you need a third skill. So you need to take Dwarven Stance to keep keep it up. It depends on the context, because you can keep it up for like 2 or 3 fights or something like that, right? But you can't keep it up full time. I ult F4 at 80 HP but still died. That's unfortunate. Yeah, no, of course. Hey, at least there's a hardcore mode for you to like officially go for now. This run's not even really worth completing, but I'm just going to because there's only 2 left at this point. Okay. But yeah, no, with Serpent's cooldown, if I remember right, like you will end up with Shadow Form downtime. Last I tried it, because I use Serpents and Shadow Form for Dragon Moss farming, and it works for that, but you can't maintain Shadow Form that way. Not without cons, at least. Oops. Oh, this is annoying. Just saw the server lag there. Nice. Yep. Yeah, it's the 3rd cast is when it happens. I can show you real quick. Oh no. We're actually gonna die here. We're literally gonna lose this. Oh my god, that was so annoying.
Hello, traveler.
Let me load up the build. We got our enchanting, we can just use it. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I think that it is possible in some situations, but sometimes you need full uptime. But like, here's a good example of the 2nd cast, you're not gonna have serpents. And it's still on cooldown for another 20 seconds. But you know, even if I had used it instantly there, Keep in mind though, you can modify this with Wilderness Survival, so I technically could spec into Wilderness Survival and make this longer to get the second cast, but you still end up with that downtime eventually. Wonder if the it's wearing my Wilderness Survival headpiece enough to keep it up for the second cast. Let's just look real quick. This is just fun to know. Can't tell if that was fast enough. You might need one more point in Wilderness to make this work. Anyways, a band event drops because what happens is the ideal solution is don't play and farm during events. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And it's kind of why, like, when people talk about going and doing a solo run, yeah, see, that was not fast enough to do that. You know what I could do, actually, I think, is... You could do this. You could recast this. Wait the 20 seconds. Like, keep in mind that this is a really annoying way to do this. But this should be doable. I think this is gonna work. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I think that if you put too much focus on that kind of stuff, like anything, the game just becomes too easy. Okay, so that does not work either. It doesn't last long enough doing it that way. But doing it this way, I think if you're fast enough, if, like, you instantly cast, it will work. But yeah, no, I think concepts have the same kind of problems of what you're talking about, the only difference being you can get them anytime during the year, so it's a little bit different. I think I got it that time. Yeah. Well, for example, if you used concepts during normal mode, like if you use a armor of salvation in normal mode for any mission that you normally could do, the mission is suddenly just not hard at all. I still wasn't fast enough, so what you would need to do, I think, is put a few points into Wilderness Survival. Like this. Because you can get them at any time you're still allowed to play. Yeah, no, I agree with you. You're kind of following the same thing that I'm following. I do the same thing, so keep in mind I'm the first and only person I know of to go for a fully solo GWAM, that's including account-based titles, so I thought it was prudent to allow pretty much everything, the PvE skills, the on sets and everything, because like this is like a really tough thing to do, and it's definitely a long-term thing, and that's why I don't care about using consets and all this, is because of the nature of the account. I'm going to be getting the festival stuff no matter what. I wonder if this is going to give me another cast. I don't think it is. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, nope. Shadow form would have went down, so there would be momentary downtime there, but that is a lot better. You run 10 in Wilderness. You only lose 1 point of expertise for that, so... And then you'd have to do the expertise headpiece swap for if you're doing whirling. Because you do lose damage if you don't use that. You lose 2 damage per hit, which is pretty big. But, yeah, no, I think the same way. I'm gonna grab my pet build real quick. If it can help, the way I choose it is exactly like you, but with a different position. Move back to the snow patch, then move down below the opposing group without aggro, and let both groups aggro each other. And just spam from a distance and once you get off. Usually only left a couple peeps. Yeah, I can give it a try.
What now?
So you're saying, go to this side. This is what, think this is the same thing that what's his face was suggesting in the solo Discord too. Keep wanting to call him Nyquist, but his name is not. It's Noxon. Noxon was suggesting this. Yeah, you basically do send the pet into this guy, and then they run this way. We'll do some runs testing this too. Oops. Yeah, see, the only problem I have with this is these guys run off to the side. And then these guys, for the most part, seem to stack the same way. This does have the bonus of these guys are always going to be in the aggro, but... Okay. Why did it switch targets there? There was no reason for that. Yeah, no, I've only done it this way a few times, and it seems pretty similar. I'm unable to party up, so that is not possible. I didn't really know there was a Christmas-specific pet. I probably should go figure out how to get those. Gotta pay attention for a second so I don't die. Oh, we just used a snow cone. Okay, we're free. I have the thing to go get the black moa, but I've just not gotten it yet. Okay, there's that. Like a time for heroes, I just said fuck it and popped the set and daggered him. Nah, so I did I've used cupcakes, I think, throughout parts of the campaign. Mostly through Eye of the North is whenever I was using them. But I've never used a concept for any normal mode mission. I've never really found it necessary. But I definitely use cupcakes during the movement speed so I could take in another skill. That's pretty much what most of the cons and pecons boils down to, is it lets you take other skills instead. Like Armor of Salvation, you can take less defenses. I went back later and did it without cons, yeah. Yeah. Alcohol's not really a con, though. It kind of falls into the PvE skill category at that point, right? Because you're using it for the PvE skill. Okay. Oh, I still have snow down the shirt on. I was like, why did I get interrupted? I'm very happy with my roller beetle. It's pretty much necessary for using in combat when you're soloing. Yep. You know, I had a very specific goal. So growing up, I never played Ranger at all in Guild Wars, and my goal was to try and test out when playing solo specifically, and you know, outside of going for GWAM, which is the true goal, but I wanted to play Ranger to its fullest and like fully experience all of its skills and stuff. So I've been playing Pet and not worrying about it.
What now?
I wouldn't really say the Pet has made it any easier necessarily, uh, aside from a few specific spots. Honestly, it probably would have been
Hello,
easier
traveler.
if I had not gone Pet most of the time and had just instead gone degen builds, because the degen builds are way better. They just take longer. What did I do for Gala? Hold on, I can show you. I need to put my Beastmaster back on. This does actually affect your pet while you're in here, so we'll look in town when we go. And yeah, I've beat factions, so prepared shot with infused health wall. I've not gotten the bonus for Gala. One of the turtles died, and the best run I had, one of the turtles still died. So Gala for me was actually one of the worst missions. It took me way too long, and it was 100% self-inflicted. Like, it was just the most random stuff that would kill me, and I died at the end, the very last part, multiple times just because of bad placement of the canister. Because yeah, if you place the canister wrong at the very end, it will kill you in solo, no matter what. Oh, I did the backway strategy as well. I don't think it's possible to do it. Like, you have to trigger the things to move after you've cleared everything in the whole mission. There's no other way. There's no way you can do it the other way. It's just too much. Yeah, I'll show you what build I use. I save all the builds I use, so. If I remember right, it was a pit build. Yeah, Gala for me was like that, the one mission I just like, at the time was just annoyed with. Really wanted to be passed, but because I was so annoyed with it, I was just playing poorly. Thought I had saved the build. Well, let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, see, this was back when I was running Enraged Lunge. Which honestly, like, Enraged Lunge, I wouldn't really recommend. Like, if I redid this mission, whenever I do end up redoing this mission, I'm not going to be running that. It might have been the Boreas build. Yeah, it wasn't exactly this. I'd switched it up. I wasn't using Shadow Refuge or Dodge, I think, when I did it, but it was pretty much that build. It's probably just one of these. It's one of these, too, with some skills changed. I need to go find the actual VOD. Did I gate clip Boreas? Yes. I did.
Hello, traveler.
We gate clipped to pretty much all factions.
Hello, traveler.
Yeah, the mission itself, because it isn't Boreas when you go and kill the big octopus thing. Am I thinking of the right mission? You gate glitch through the gate and then run to the boss and then kill him. Honk you, yep. Yep. No, I gate glitch that. It makes the mission way easier. You can kill them with a longbow. You don't really need anything special. You just attack them with a longbow and keep a heal on. Yep. Yeah, just suffered. Yeah, strategies like that where you can just kill them and like just do that at the longbow range. I always go for those whenever I can because, like, if it's just a little time investment, but it's mostly like an AFK no brain thinking. Like to me, that's the best way to beat something. I'm not like now or Serial. I'm not what I would call a very high skilled. I definitely am not a noob at this game, but I'm still click my skills occasionally. Years of habit. I don't have the best positioning all the time.
What do you need?
I'm not dodging every skill shot. I never have really wanted to be that player though.
Well met.
I degen spammed him down. You can pull him behind the wave he spawns at, and there's a few spots where you can shoot at him and his attacks are obstructed. Yeah, see, I ended up tanking him. I knew you can get him obstructed, but I just didn't bother doing that. So I just ended up tanking him and doing the same thing, just attacking him over and over. I need to go back and clip all of those missions, because I clipped all the Prophecies missions. All of those, they're still recorded. All of the Ranger gameplay, except the farming is recorded. But, yeah, I never clipped those out into their own YouTube videos. You know, attacking from the side is working pretty well. I wasn't aggroing the pet from the side, but it still works fine. It is nice to get this person attacking. See how we're doing on time. Probably end the stream soon, and I'll just record later when I get these. Since it looks like it's gonna be another 4 or 5 hours. Gotta do dinner and stuff tonight, so. Pretty happy with the progress, though. We're making it.
What now? What do you need?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm still gonna be here for a little bit. We will eventually retire for dinner. What I may do is maybe I'll have dinner and then restream later. Might do a bit of it off mic. Need to hang out with my wife some tonight. It is unfortunately my last day off. I mean, I have Christmas and stuff off, but I took most of my days off this past week. That was so rude. Am I gonna get attacked here? I hope not. Also, thank you. I don't think I'm the only good Guild Wars streamer, but I appreciate the thought, nonetheless. I just like to keep it chill. That's why I have the OST turned up and none of you guys could hear me, is I literally always play with the game sound on and all that. For me, that's part of the experience, and I know a lot of people, first thing they do is turn that off and then start music in their stream, and I'm just like, you're missing the beautiful music and the environment and stuff. And I know we've been listening to this for 20 years, but come on. Are they going for me? Nope. Yeah, to be fair, what I'm doing now, this is probably the worst of the worst of this kind of stuff, right? Whenever you're spamming the quest and having to teleport this often, I understand it's a little annoying. I have thought about putting the Guild Wars soundtrack on in the background, disabling the game music, so you don't have to listen to it abruptly change all the time, but yeah, I don't know.
What now?
I just always just leave the game music on, it's fine. Well, you don't sound like a 37-year-old chain-smoking alpha tryhard. Yeah, I never really understood how that audience ended up in Guild Wars, because those definitely do exist. But that is not me. Just loop the factions menu theme forever. The factions theme is pretty high quality. I am a fan of the song currently on in the background though. I have the Storm Eagle's best music, makes me want to learn the flute. Yeah, I go through multiple phases a year of wanting to sit down and learn piano and learn to play all the Guild Wars music on it. A mix of a few minor Oblivion songs. And Oblivion's good too. I mean, it is all Journey Soul, right? It's all the same style of music, so makes sense why everyone loves it, right? Even if they don't love him. I've never even heard of Kohan. keep in mind, I have played some obscure fucking games. Like, I've played. Have you ever heard of Kingdom Heroes? Really obscure MMO that doesn't exist anymore. We used to play Space Cowboys, which is now called Ace Online, I think. Another obscure game that most people have not heard of. Oh, we're in trouble. Run away! This might be a failed run. What area is the current soundtrack? I'm pretty sure this is, I don't remember the name of the soundtrack, but I'm pretty sure this is from Kryta. I think this is one of the Crichton area themes. Oh, you're talking about the Kohan music. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if it's, you know, something from Jeremy Soul. Oh, pretty much all of the soundtracks sound the same, and that's why they're so recognizable. It's even kind of hard, too, even when it's not Jeremy Soul music, because his music kind of influenced a lot of things. Like, there's still influence of his music in Guild Wars 2, even, right? And it kind of shows up in stuff, even in Skyrim and stuff like that, so. Oh, fuck. Well, I'm probably dead here. Oh, we're so dead here. It's a complete waste of time to be doing what I'm doing right now, but I'm just doing it for the fun. Dumb NPC used the big snowball after using the knockdown skill. What a noob. Alright, well. Great AI, boys. Are you farming Wintersday? What does this benefit your account? It benefits pretty much everything in this account, so for reference, this is a solo character. It's completely solo self-found, so I do not play with heroes, henchmen, or people on this character. And I'm going for God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals, which is 30 max titles. So this event, specifically this quest, gives you 4 different things that contribute to 4 different titles. So the first is Vanguard points. You get 500 Vanguard points per time you complete the quest. Let's see, we're at 130,000 Vanguard points out of 160,000 for the title that we need. It gives you alcohol, which you need for the drunkard title. It gives you sweets, which you need for the sweet tooth title, and it gives you party points, which is the most important thing for me for the party title. And the party points are most important because there's only 2 times in the year, or 3 I think, that you can get these without trading other players. So basically I have to do this right now, or I have to wait till the anniversary to play again and get more party points.
What do you need?
So yeah, we're basically working on 4 titles at the same time for God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals. And also getting a ton of cash. We're at 65 platinum today, so.
Dwayne's blessing upon me.
yeah, I would highly recommend doing this, especially if even if you're not playing solo like me. This is still very, very good if you're going for Hollow Monuments or if you're going for GWAM. This is a really easy and relaxing thing to do. Got 150 plat from selling a miniature bone dragon in the past. That is a way to make money for sure. I never really sold minis. I always kind of just stacked up the presents and then used them. My cat is standing in front of the screen. I can't actually see my skills or health bar right now. Try not to attack the monk. Do more DPS this way. Okay, I have avalanche, I couldn't tell. But yeah, we're basically farming the event. I would be playing the Reforge mode right now because I probably will as well, so I'm probably going to spend some time in the Reforge mode because I want to discover what they've actually changed, kind of document it. They didn't really document real well some of the changes that they were making, so like they just generically said they changed drop rates, for example. I think we're pretty sure that those are pre-searing drop rates right now, mostly because people have noticed the drop rates seem to have changed in pre, but I want to start documenting some of those changes that they've made. Doing some drop rate research, but because it's events on, I need to finish this, so that's on hold until we get these titles done.
Well met. What do you need?
These are mostly next to worthless now. Yep. I think the only ones really worth anything are the year 7 ones. Outside of that, everything is pretty much worthless. And even then, I think the year 7 ones are not really that crazy. Not like it used to be, at least. Though, I will say, minis right now, this second, are actually worth a little bit more than they were 6 months ago, because there's so many people coming back to the game and wanting to do GWAM and such. I have seen, there's not really people giving them out for free as much anymore, is all I'll say. You do still see them occasionally, but... Right, we're trying full left side strat. See how this goes. See, the only thing about this is, these guys that run off, and these guys, don't use their ice. I have trouble giving away minions to new players in Ascalon. Keep in mind that a lot of new players aren't necessarily going to know what you're giving away, and they might not want it because they have no clue what to do with it. So take up a lot of storage space. I still cannot see my screen. This is great fun to play. Look for random item on storage characters, help me 3 more inventory slots wasted on presents on 7 different characters. Yeah, no, exactly. That is a quality of life I really hope we see, and I think it's pretty likely we'll see, honestly, is them improving the inventory problem. I could very well see, probably only in Reforge mode at first, but the stuff that you buy from the Zation guy to upgrade your inventory size, I could see them moving that more into the core game. Oh, here's a random question. I had a character created specifically and only to ferry people to docks in Cameron. Is that still a thing they needed, or are they patched the skip? I don't know if they've patched the skip. I don't think they have. I'm pretty certain it's not patched. Okay, I'm gonna probably die here. Yeah, I mean, you've always been able to do weird things with the dialogue stuff. Like, you can open dialogue boxes when you're not supposed to be able to, and you've always been able to do that, but yeah, I don't think it's a really common thing that people ask for. And it hasn't been for a long time. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really that hard to get through. The only real reasons I've ever seen somebody ask for that is challenge accounts. So, like, people wanting to, set up a challenge account for some reason.
Dwayna's blessing upon you.
I'm so detached from all that stuff, though. I've been playing this Ranger account pretty much non-stop, though.
Dwayna's blessing upon you.
Get max armor faster. Yeah, makes sense. I don't think any, like, keep in mind that most of the people who have joined are people who have not played in so long. They're basically new players, or it's new players, so there's a lot of Guild Wars 2 players who never played Guild Wars 1 that are playing Guild Wars 1 now. So a lot of them aren't even going to know about any of that. It's not going to make any sense to them. It was more of a thing for an experienced previous player to do. Bug meta back in the day was I have to get max armor. Yep. I remember when Prophecies launched and like talking about Draughr's Forge and getting past THK and stuff, like all of these were like mythical things to do. It's not so much nowadays, obviously, but it was pretty funny. Like, I just think it's interesting what the difference in how we think about the game is compared to when it launched. Can't waste 800 gold on armor set, better spend 2k on a Drox run. Exactly, right? Well, keep in mind, 800 gold back then was a lot of fucking money. That, like, for a little newbie, that's a lot of money. Why are these guys just not attacking? Like, are you really telling me that they weren't in range? But yeah, no, we used to have no money, and that's why the Drox run became such a cool thing, is, after the first time everybody beat it, it was like, wow. Pull these guys back. I like the worst 2 until the end of the first Desert Winds location prior to the first expansion. Since the first expansion, it seems the game was small to free-to-play mobile games and just absolutely hated it. The grind was constant and incessant. Oh, now you have to grind the new skill or a new currency. The currency is worthless now. You need to grind this new currency. Yeah, no, I've never been a fan, but to be fair, I don't think even ArenaNet is a fan of how they have currencies set up in the game. It kind of switched over time. Like, now there's pretty much just 2 currencies that change on every X-Pack launch. So it's the ancient coins and then the whatever the blue ones are. I forget what the name of them is, but they pretty much only do that to make it to where you can't re-grind everything, because the problem that they were having was everybody was playing non-stop and then just pre-grinding. The new expansion come out, everybody would instantly buy everything and then log off of the game. That's just horrible for the game, being it that way, so I understand why they ended up like that, but
What now?
I enjoy Guild Wars 2, but it's a different kind of enjoyment than Guild Wars 1. I like Guild Wars 1 better. The skill system in Guild Wars 1 is better. The tactical combat instead of action-oriented combat, I think, is better. The fact that they didn't take skill capturing into Guild Wars 2 is just a travesty. I hate that there's no cast bar. You can't see what skills people are using. PvE mobs in Guild Wars 2 don't use player skills, which was such a big thing in Guild Wars 1. I find that mind-numbing and annoying. I don't know why they went with that direction. Worldview World, for example, is one of my favorite game modes in any game ever. Like, it's just a really, really good, well-made game mode. Alright. We are heading towards 5. I think with that run, we'll go ahead and just wrap up. Like I said, gonna eat some food, do all that. I might stream later with no sound and just kind of
Traveler.
do some farming on stream, but we'll see.
Well met.
But we made really good progress. Almost 3 stacks of Winter's Day gifts today. I think it was just the 3 stacks today. But we should be close to, let's see, 7,000 points of already saved up. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, we have probably another 4 hours of farming before we're gonna get the rest of this title, so like I said, I'll go eat food and come back and we'll continue the grind. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching today. It's been fun. Nice chatting with everybody. Watch the video in the pinned comment. I'll relink it just to... How do you... Make it kind of hard to copy the link out of there. But anyways, yeah, if you're wondering how to do the Snowball Dominance, which we've been doing on stream, watch that video.
Well met.
It explains everything. Pretty easy, like you've seen. Bring a pet. If you're doing it with heroes, bring heroes and stuff. Put pets on them as well, because that they count as well. Let's find somebody in the Guild Wars category to raid real quick. I'm probably going to be doing more coverage on the Reforged mode. I've been waiting a little bit, mostly because A, I have to farm this event, but B, they've been making changes pretty much every day since they released it, so I've been kind of holding off trying to group up some of the changes, so. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any soloers on. I don't see anyone on that's soloing, so I guess we'll just raid into Gelgrok. They stream Guild Wars 1 all the time, so. Looks like they're doing... Oh, they're doing dungeons in Eye of the North. So. Yeah, go say hi to them, and yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Catch y'all later. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Follow. Thank you for the follows, everybody. We're about to hit 200 followers.